Hello, I'm Suzanne Chamberlin.
I'm Roger Firestien.
Roger claims he gets his best ideas when he's in the shower. Says...
I'm showered with ideas.
Oh. Well, no matter where you get your best ideas, sometimes you will find you're showered with ideas. So many ideas, you just don't know which one to pick. We have a tool for that. It's called highlighting.
Well, after you've been generating options, oh, that's better. You still need to converge. And highlighting will help you to reduce your options and focus on what's important. Right? Highlighting is versatile. It works well in several stages of the creative problem-solving process, including clarifying the problem and generating ideas. Highlighting works equally well if you have a single client or need group consensus. In a moment, we'll show you how highlighting works. But first, we need some problem statements and ideas to work with. So let's watch as this group finishes up its Stick 'em Up brainstorming session. This group has done a great job generating ideas, including some wild ideas. Now it's time to converge, and as we do, we use some convergent guidelines. The first is to be deliberate. Know why you're selecting your hits. For instance, if you're choosing among ideas that your team suggested, let them know your plan for making decisions. Don't select based on a hidden agenda. The second is to check your objectives. As you select ideas, keep your focus on the problem you want to solve. Sometimes when generating ideas, we get carried away by the excitement and lose track of our original goal or wish or challenge statement. So this is a good time to remember that original statement and any key data.
The third guideline is to improve your ideas. And the fourth guideline is to be affirmative, to look for the strengths or positive aspects of those ideas. Well, most ideas are not born perfect, but they can be refined. So remember when selecting options, like Ducky, to consider those wild ideas or problem statements that are new or challenge your current assumptions. And often these novel ideas can lead to truly innovative solutions. Or as Alex Osborne, the father of brainstorming and proponent of CPS, said, you can always tame a wild idea, but it's tough to invigorate a weak one.
So, Suzanne, with these convergent guidelines in mind, you're ready to sort through the options using highlighting. Begin by marking the hits with markers or dots. Hits are those ideas that are head and shoulders above the others. Or hits are those ideas that are interesting, appear intriguing, seem workable, sparkle at you, provide a new insight, go in the right direction, or feel right.
Roger, you suggested what to look for. Now, how many ideas should I mark?
You can mark as many as you want, but we've found that marking about 20% of the ideas is a good rule of thumb. So if you have 100 ideas, 20% of 100 equals 20 hits, and if 4 persons were choosing, then each would get 5 dots.
Can I mark an idea that already has a dot?
You can, but remember you're selecting and not voting. During highlighting, don't bother to add a dot to an idea that already has a dot. It doesn't add any more weight to that idea. Once an idea has a dot, it becomes a hit and it will go on to the next step. So be bold. Inspect all the ideas and mark the ones that you think have some brilliance or promise that no one else has marked yet. Spread your dots around. Remember, any idea that does not have a dot won't be considered further, and you could miss out on truly novel solutions. Who knows? You may be the one who notices the one unique idea that can catapult the group forward.
When you've marked your options, move them to another flip chart sheet where you can cluster them according to themes or combine overlapping or redundant ideas. These themes or common relationships should make sense without a lot of stretching, and not all the ideas will fit into clusters, so don't force them. Just let that one idea stand alone.
Once you've clustered and you understand the relationship between the ideas, then restate the cluster. Don't label the cluster, but restate it as an action, including a verb, so that the restatement says what you will do.
You mean, for example, if we're highlighting ideas about how to catch Jonathan on camera, shoot when he's sleeping, shoot when he's on the phone, shoot when he's in the shower, shoot when he's working on his computer, this cluster might be restated as, we will videotape Jonathan when he is not expecting us to be shooting him.
Right. Once you've restated your clustered ideas, you're ready for the next step. If you choose one idea, you can spend some time evaluating or refining that idea with a PPC. Or if you have several ideas, you can do a card sort or an evaluation matrix. The card sort lets you rank order or prioritize your ideas and build from there. An evaluation matrix allows you to compare several ideas against specific criteria and to enhance those that need improvement. We'll work more with the card sort and evaluation matrix techniques in other videos.
Well, Roger, that's highlighting with ideas. How does it work when sorting through problem statements?
We'd follow the same process by choosing the hits, then grouping into clusters, and finally restating the cluster. When working with problem statements, remember to restate the cluster as a problem statement with how to, in what ways might, or how might.
Well, Roger, if I cluster the problem statements and I restate that cluster, will that problem statement work, or will it be too vague or not as useful for generating ideas?
It might, Suzanne. So in that case, you'd just mark the hits and then look for the problem statement that stands head and shoulders above the others, or the problem statement that you want to work on first. If you're working with the group and there is no consensus, then the group can choose again from the hits, using just 1 or 2 dots per person until you reach agreement on a problem statement. Then you're ready to generate ideas.
Who marks the hits and does the selecting?
The client can choose, or the entire group can participate by marking their hits, clustering, and restating.
How long does highlighting take?
In the creative problem-solving process, we've found that it takes about 2 to 3 times as long for converging as it does for diverging. For example, if you spend 20 minutes diverging, you'll need 40 to 60 minutes to converge. Make sure to allow enough time for this critical step so that all your good diverging won't go to waste because you haven't left enough time to do a thorough converging.
So, Roger, you're saying that once we're showered with good ideas, we now have a way of sorting through our options, reducing hundreds of ideas to a workable number, building group consensus if we need it, and allowing for those novel options.
Yes, highlighting and a little help from Ducky does wonders when converging. Ducky? Ducky? Where's my ducky?